inshallah, all of us with the true knowledge of the Imam of the time, we have earned spiritual rosy, spiritual sustain, and we are not a daily wagers, daily labor. So for whatever reason, if we miss a day of Shariat, we have enough saving, we have enough earning, we have enough ibadat to not only sustain ourselves, but also our family and our Jamaat. And it is upon us as Jamaat, as intellectual. Think of those murids 150 years ago, the one who had gone to the Imam asking them for this Majalis. Thanks to them that we have earned, and thanks to our parents, they had enrolled us in this Majalis, and we have earned extraordinary ruhaniyat and income of good deeds, of khidmat, of a qurbani. So today we are eating from that what we have saved due to our elders, due to our parents, and even the good deeds that all of you have done during your lifetime by enrolling and giving your khidmat and giving your qurbani, inshallah. May Mola bless you all. I will stop here so we can open for questioning. Ya Ali Madad.
Yani Madad Aziz sir?
Ya Ali Madad.
Yeah, so my question is regarding, so when you said this Majlis is for, the Majlis is Ibadat and Khidmat and sacrifice, so why we have all the separate Majlis? Why we just combine all of it in one or two Majlises? And then second question is so seems like all these Majlises are with this subcontinent, with the subcontinent tradition. But I don't know about the Arab tradition and the P-Nasir Khusus Central Asian tradition. Do they have any other kind of majlis? I know there's one, they have the Chirag Roshan, but why they don't have anything? But seems like for all us over here, the subcontinent tradition, so we have all this majalis, but all the majalis have the money involved in there. I understand that's all with the sacrifice, and the hardship, the work we have done, and we earn the money, so we sacrifice. But others don't have this majlises.
So let's take care of your first question. The why different majalis. Remember, look at our daily life, our school system, our work system. Can we not just have one school and one grade, and they will put us there in the first grade and teach us everything, all the way from first grade to the high school? How come they don't do that? Because everyone has their own intellect, own capacity, how much they can do and what they cannot do. It depends on how much you would like to give, how much khidmat can you do, how much qurbani can you offer. It all depends on that. Remember the history of this majalis, that it was the Jamaat, after having the Pansar Barsal, they went to the Imam and requested, Ya Mullah, we wanted to give a lifetime of khidmat. And that's how the life majlis started. And then they wanted to do more for the khidmat, more for the Imam, so other majalis started. It would not be fair actually if you had only one Majalis and everybody, including the children who doesn't even know what's going on, and parents enroll them in the highest Majalis possible. Let's say if there was a Majalis in which you have to give 50% of your income to the Imam. You think everybody in the Jamaat can give the 50% of their income to the Imam? But parents enroll the children. What do children do now? No, no. It would not make logic. It would not be right, because a person must only give. This Majlis cannot be a burden on the Jamaat. It is only what you can do. And the Farman that I was saying a little bit earlier, that Imam said there are people with the money but no heart and no hope of khidmat and qurbani. And then there are others who has no money but has big heart and has the hope to give khidmat and qurbani. So in this majalis, whatever you can do with the understanding, not just because you have a 500 rupees to come to Pansal, or if you have a $5,000, you can come to this majalis and that majalis. No, 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 no. It's not about the money. Money is just your test, just a test at the beginning to see, can you give something which is dear to you? And what is more dear to us today than money? Because it's our hard-earned money. We love money. We love material world. We love materialistic things around us. So money is hard to give. And we don't have to look too far. Ask your children and they will tell you. So it would not be fair if we only had one Majalis. So Jamaat has opportunity to do as little as Baitul Khayal. Just go to Baitul Khayal. Nobody is asking anyone to go and give money and go to Pansal Barsal. Just go to Baitul Khayal. Go do your ibadat. That is what Qurbani is. That's where the Qurbani begins. And then if you wanted to give some money, and remember, Imam is not asking for your money, he's asking for your heart, your khidmat, your qurbani. If you are willing to give qurbani, then you move on the ladder of khidmat. From one step to the next step, up and up and up. So more you wanted to go up, you give. Wherever you think you cannot do, don't do, because it's not a farz on you. Your second question was about the other Jamaat outside the Khoja Jamaat. Remember, it was the Khoja Jamaat in one sector, one section of the world where this conversation took place. And that's how Imam had started for the Jamaat whom had asked. I mean, we can reverse this question for the Khoja Jamaat. How come we don't have a Chirag-e-Roshan? Because there was a tradition which was started in the greater Badakhshan by their Pir, the Pir Nasr Khusro, because in that side, the Pir Nasr Khusro was the one who made all these millions and millions of Ismailis. On our side, it was Pir Sadruddin and Pir Hasan Kabiruddin who made Khojas on our side. So we do have two different traditions, and that is perfect, because we are doing what we think our Pir has taught us, and we are learning their tradition too. We are learning Chirag-e-Roshan, and we are learning Giri-Awzari. We are learning other traditions, other majalis they have. Like they have a tradition of going to Jamaatana at 2:30 in the morning. 2:30 in the morning, they have a tradition of going to Jamaatana. So there are things in their tradition and their culture we don't have, and which is perfectly fine. So they have a different kind of majalis. They may not call it majalis. They may call it mehfil. They may call it chirag roshan. They may call it sittings. They may call it Giriauzari. They may have a different name for it. And we are learning from each other. And that is a greatness in diversity of the Ismaili Tariqah. That even though we have all come from different places, we are following the same Imam of the time. One Farman, one Amar, one Imam. And we are all learning from each other. So if Jamaat comes to the Indo-Pak, or comes to America, or Canada, or Africa, or England, they will learn our tradition. They will enroll in our Majalis. But if a Khoja person goes to Greater Badakhshan, or other states, other countries where the Greater Badakhshan tradition is on, we may enroll and learn their tradition, and we will follow without any hesitation. So I hope this helps you with your question.
Yes, thank you.
We still have about 8 more minutes if anyone has any other question. Okay, I'm going to ask a question, and this question has been asked in our previous class. Should we enroll our children in the majalis without their consent? I'm sure parents with the young children have heard this, if not many times, at least one time. Should we enroll our children without their consent? I would say yes, because it is your qurbani. Remember, it is your qurbani and your love for the Imam of the time. Just like you enroll them in schools without their consent. Because children are young, they do not understand. So, with your heart, with the goodness of your heart, and with the hope that one day they will be ready for the khidmat and qurbani, you enroll them and take them to majalis, because if you don't take them to majalis, how would they know what is this majalis? What are these majalis? What do you do in this majalis? What are the benefits of this majalis? And Khudara, for the God's sake, teach them the meaning of the majalis. Don't just drag them there, but teach them. Just like in our school, you don't drag them to school, you also tutor them, you also teach them, you help them succeed in the school and their education, help them succeed and improve themselves in our tariqah and understanding of our tariqah, and give them a guideline how to do khidmat, how to present their qurbani, what is our tariqah is all about. And leave the money part out. That is the last thing. That is the last thing today. Because today is not that important. It's the time and the knowledge which is the khidmat and the qurbani required. No one cares for money. Imam does not care for your money. And it is your heart that if you wanted to offer something for the Imam, then Imam will take that. He will not keep your money. Matter of fact, he will multiply that, and he will use that money for the greater good of the Jamaat and the societies around us. Any other question?
Aziz sir, so my question is, so there's a section that people you don't use the name of this big majlises. I mean, so I just give you an example. I'm not the part of the other two big majlises. So when people say the name, either they say the initials or they don't say the name at all. So is this the thing from the beginning, or just people just made up this thing, or I don't know how? And if I want to enroll in and nobody say anything to me that what's going on in the Majlis, how I'm going to enroll in the Majlis when I don't know what happened in the Majlis?
Very good question.
So this is like nobody tells you anything.
It is amazing. It is the ignorancy at the top level that we are even shamed to name the khidmat that we are giving. We understand the humbleness. We understand when right hand give, left hand would not or should not know. That was just at the one time or the back in old days, and I do remember, I know it makes me feel really old that I still remember all these things. It was not like that. It was not like that used to be. Then when more and more people got enrolled, back in 70s and 60s, there were not very many people. I mean, literally in the Fidai and Nurani, there would be less than 100 people. Less than 100 people. Today, every Jamaatana is full and packed. So when more people got enrolled in this Majalis, and because they did not understand the importance of it, because the knowledge was lacking, the understanding was missing, they started to talk about it more and more outside, not within Jamaat, but outside the Jamaat. For example, back home, even the meat cutter, the vegetable cartman, the milkman, the bread man, everybody would know today is Life Madlas, today is Nurani Madlas, today is Fidai Madlas. So Jamaat were told, not educated. Mafi, I'm sorry to say that, they were told, they were not educated, why not to say those things. They were just told not to say it. So they started using whatever they thought was proper. They started to use the initials or stop saying things. Because dawat, the invitation, is within the family and within the Jamaat. It is not for outsiders, nor they have any concern, nor they need to know about our majalis. Because this is a qurbani between a mu'min and the imam of the time. So this was just a sad, unfortunate part of our recent history. When new Jamaat came into this Majlis, they did not understand and they were not educated. So this happened and it should not be. If somebody, now I'm not saying that if you are in Nurani and Fida, you just go and beat on a trumpet and tell everybody you are a Fidai member or Nurani member. I'm not saying that. But if your family member who is not in this Majlis and you are, or if your friend who is not in this Majlis and you are, you should be able to tell them a little bit about this Majlis. And you saw, I openly talked about Fidai Majlis, and I even quoted a Farman in this lecture. I'm sure there will be people listening to this lecture today and tomorrow and the rest of time this lecture is around. There will be people who will not be in Fidai Majlis. But if they are the Fidai of the Imam of the time, if they wanted to give the Qurbani, this is the invitation. Because it is the Majlis of the Qurbani. Is not required. Imam is not asking you to be giving Qurbani. But if you, with your love, wanted to give this Qurbani, then this is the invitation. And if you guys give me 5 more minutes, I know it's 9 o'clock, but if you give me 5 minutes, I'm going to talk about Nurani Madlas, which I have missed completely. What is Nurani Madlas? I mean, look at the name. The Madlas of the Nur. Did we understand that we are Imam's Nurani family? We are Imam's spiritual children? Did we understand that when we enroll in this Madlas? And in this Madlas, normally adults enroll. So we cannot say, well, my mom put me in this Madlas. We cannot even say that because you have to be 18-year-old, and most of the time, it is yourself who enrolls in this Madlas. So what are you saying when you're enrolling in Nurani Madlas? The Yamola, just like your Nurani family, and we see your Shehzada and Shehzadis, your prince and princess, giving their life to the work of the Imamat. I wanted to become a Nurani family. I want to enroll in this Nurani Majlis. I want to be part of their khidmat. I want to give my lifetime to you and the Imamat Mullah. Have we even thought of that? Look at how great of the honor it is that Imam is allowing us. Imam is granting us permission to become his Nurani family. It is a great honor, but only if we understand. If we don't understand, only thing we are doing, we wasted our money and time. No, intellectual people do not do that. They inquire, they learn, they understand, and then with the love in their heart for the Imam, they give this Qurbani and become part of it. So thank you very much. If we still have any question about any of these madlas, here you can ask question, or privately you can text, or ask in the next upcoming class.
Yeah, I have a quick question, if possible. I can ask right now.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah, in some of the higher madlases, there'll be announcements not to take out the I think the Niyaz and the Sukrit outside Jamaat Khana. So what is the logic and reasoning behind that, not to take the Sukrit out of Jamaat Khana? There seems to be like this implication that Sukrit is somehow more special or different, or has some magical power that only works for those who are in that majlis at that time, so it should not be removed for other people who don't deserve that Sukrit. What is the logic behind that, and where did that start from? Can we say that's something from the Imam himself, or is it something which the perhaps leadership or somebody has decided to do?
Okay, so it's a good question. So it's a two-parted question. So the Niyaz and the Sukrit in this Majalis is a privilege. It's a privilege for the one who has agreed to enroll and agreed to give Qurbani and the Khidmat. The Niyaz, the knowledge of the Madlas, the blessing of the Madlas in the Niyaz and the Sukrit is a blessing for those who has offered the Khidmat and for them only. Let's say you take the Niyaz and the Sukrit and give to somebody outside within your family and your friend. To them, this Niyaz and Sukrit is just like this Niyaz and Sukrit they will have it on Friday in Chandrat. There would be no different to them because they have not offered the Khidmat. So what is the use of taking this Niyaz and Sukrit to them? If somebody want to take the Niyaz and Sukrit to the family and friend, they can just come to the morning Jamaatana. Same morning of the Madlas. Let's say if it was Madlas today, and I just thought about it, today would be a Madlas if today Jamaatana was not closed. So let's say this morning was the Nurani Majalis, and since your family and friends are not in this Majalis, you could go to morning Jamaat and take the Niyaz and Sukrit to your family. It would be same for them. But it is privileged. It is the members who have enrolled for them the barakat and the blessing in the niyaz and the sukrit are for them and them only for offering their khidmat. When did this started? It did not start a long time ago. And I even remember when there was no announcement like that. There was no announcement like that. And the reason this came again, same as the name of the Majlis, when people will take the Sukrit and the big Juras, the Sukrit, Niyaz and the big Juras from this Majlis. And normally, the bigger the Majlis, the bigger the Jura. They will take it home and they will give to their friend and they will, use it unfairly and not without understanding by saying, oh, I'm in Nurani Majlis and I got this big Jura and let me give to you. And the way it was showing and was offered to the others outside the Majlis. So it regardless of who decided, it's regardless of who decided, the Tariqa board or the Mukhi Kamriya or the Imam of the time, they decided. So because unfortunately they could not make Jamaat understand, the teaching was not there, the knowledge was missing. So what they do? They just told them not to do it. Same thing. This concept and saying the name outside goes hand in hand. Instead of giving the knowledge and teaching, they just ordered not to do it. That's it, unfortunately.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for asking question. Any other questions? Ali Allah is great. I know the time is over, but it would be nice if you can offer Imam Zaman some qurbani and some tasbiyat. And if you all don't mind, and then whoever ever wanted to drop off, that is fine too. May I request Kamre Sahib for some mushkil asan tasbiyat due to the time we are going through. It would be nice for our soul. Inshallah, Imam will like that too.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. मुश्किल आसान कर या अली, 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 مشکل آسان کر یا علی، 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 مشکل آسان یا علی، مدد رسان 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 یا علی. یا امام زمان یا مولانا انت قوتی وانت سندی ولک اتکالی یا حاضر یا موجود یا شاکر من حسینی انت الامام الحق المبین اللہ ملک سجدی و طاعتی.
شکرا للہ والحمد للہ. بہت بہت شکریہ، نوازش تمام ساتھیوں کو. یا علی مدد، یا علی مدد.
یا علی مدد، یا علی مدد، یا علی مدد،
یا علی مدد، یا علی مدد،
یا علی مدد،
یا علی مدد.